Welcome back to the channel Pocket Change Coins, coin collectors and enthusiasts. If you've ever wondered what treasures might be hidden in your coin collection or in your spare change, today's video is one you won't want to miss. We're diving into the fascinating world of the U.S. state's $quarter coin, specifically the 2007 Montana state quarter. This seemingly simple coin is part of the famous 50 state quarters program, and while it might look like any other quarter, its value might surprise you. Stick around as we unravel the story behind this unique coin and reveal just how much it could be worth today. The 50 state quarters program was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999, and it quickly became one of the most popular and successful coin programs in U.S. history. The idea behind the program was to honor each of the 50 states by releasing a unique quarter for every state, showcasing something special about its history, culture, or natural beauty. Each quarter was released in the order that the states were admitted to the Union, and these coins quickly became collector's items. Fast forward to 2007, and we arrive at the Montana quarter. This coin was part of the final set of state quarters, marking the end of the 10-year program. Montana, the 41st state to join the Union in 1889, is known for its breathtaking landscapes, including vast plains, rugged mountains, and pristine wilderness. The design of the Montana quarter beautifully captures the essence of the state's natural beauty, featuring a majestic bison, the state animal, grazing in front of the rugged Rocky Mountains. The bison, often called the buffalo, is a powerful symbol of the American West. Once roaming in vast herds across the plains, the bison has become a symbol of the untamed wilderness and the spirit of exploration that defines the American frontier. The image of the bison on the Montana quarter pays tribute to the state's rich natural heritage and its role in the history of the American West. In addition to the bison, the quarter also features the inscription, "Big Sky Country," a nod to Montana's well-known nickname. The state's vast, open skies and stunning landscapes have earned it this iconic moniker, and the quarter's design captures that vastness and freedom perfectly. Along the bottom of the coin, you'll see Montana and 1889, marking the year the state was admitted to the Union. Now, let's talk about the value of the 2007 Montana state quarter. Many of these quarters were released into circulation, and you can still find them in your pocket change today. However, just like with any coin, the key to value is rarity, condition, and sometimes even specific features that make a coin stand out from the rest. Coins that have been circulated widely and show signs of wear aren't going to fetch much more than face value, but a coin that is in pristine condition, ungraded, uncirculated, or carefully preserved, can be much more valuable. What sets the 2007 Montana quarter apart from other state quarters is the relatively low number of certain varieties that were produced. You see, the U.S. Mint produced Montana quarters with a few subtle variations, especially in terms of mint marks and other small design differences. Some of these small differences can have a big impact on the value of the coin, especially for dedicated collectors who are on the hunt for those rare, unique specimens. Coins with errors or minting anomalies are particularly sought after and can command a premium price. So, how much could the 2007 Montana quarter actually be worth? While most of these coins are still worth just 25 cents in circulation, some of the rarer varieties, especially those in mint condition or with special features, can fetch much higher prices. If you're lucky enough to have an uncirculated Montana quarter, or one with a unique minting error, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Now, here's the big reveal: if you have an uncirculated 2007 Montana quarter, or a coin with a minting error, it could be worth as much as $120,000. That's right, $120,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe that a coin, which originally circulated as a simple quarter, could end up being worth such an incredible amount of money. But that's the magic of rare coins: condition, rarity, and sometimes just a bit of luck can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. So, if you've got a collection of state quarters or if you've come across one of these Montana quarters in your change, it's definitely worth taking a second look. Inspect the coin carefully for any signs of wear or damage, and check for any unique features or minting errors that might make it even more valuable. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, the 2007 Montana state quarter is a great example of how even the most humble coins can hold immense value. You never know what hidden treasures are waiting for you in your coin jar, and with a little luck and a keen eye, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Second rare coin, we have a fascinating story about one of the most sought-after coins in the United States, the 2004 Texas State Quarter. If you're a coin collector or someone who's just curious about the hidden value in your change, you'll want to stick around for this one. The Texas Quarter, released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, isn't just a beautiful representation of the Lone Star State, it's also a coin with a fascinating history and potentially an eye-popping value. So, let's dive right into it and uncover the mystery behind the 2004 Texas State Quarter. The 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, was a monumental success for the U.S. Mint and the world of coin collectors. This program aimed to celebrate the unique history, culture, and landmarks of each state by releasing a series of commemorative quarters. Each quarter featured a different design that highlighted something iconic about the state it represented. These coins became hugely popular with collectors and the general public alike, and they were released in the order that the states joined the Union. In 2004, it was Texas's turn to be honored with its own state quarter. Texas, the 28th state to join the Union in 1845, is known for its rich history, its expansive size, and its proud, independent spirit. The state's quarter design had to capture the essence of what made Texas so iconic, and it certainly didn't disappoint. The design on the obverse of the 2004 Texas State Quarter features an outline of the state itself, with a large, lone star, symbolizing Texas's nickname, the Lone Star State, boldly positioned in the center. The star has deep historical significance, representing Texas's fight for independence and its brief period as the Republic of Texas before joining the United States. The design also includes the year 1845, marking the year Texas was admitted to the Union, and Texas inscribed at the bottom of the coin. All of these elements come together to form a powerful visual representation of the state's history and pride. On the reverse of the Texas Quarter, we see a striking depiction of a lone star surrounded by a wreath of bluebonnets, the state flower of Texas. The bluebonnet is a symbol of Texas's natural beauty, and the lone star echoes the design on the obverse, reinforcing the state's proud identity. The combination of the state outline, lone star, and bluebonnets creates a design that's both elegant and symbolic of everything that makes Texas so unique. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so valuable. While most of the 2004 Texas State Quarters were produced in large numbers and were widely circulated, there are certain conditions and varieties that make some of these coins highly valuable to collectors. As is often the case with coins, the key to their value is condition. Uncirculated coins or coins in pristine condition can fetch significantly higher prices than those that have been used in everyday transactions. Over time, coins that have been worn down by circulation can lose much of their value, but a well-preserved coin can be a true treasure. But there's more to the value of the 2004 Texas State Quarter than just its condition. Some of these coins have special minting errors, which can significantly increase their worth. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that's different from the intended design. These errors can range from double strikes to off-center designs or even missing elements from the coin's engraving. Error coins are highly prized among collectors because they are unique, and only a small number of them are ever produced. So, how much could your 2004 Texas State Quarter be worth? While most of these quarters are still worth only their face value of 25 cents, if you have one that's in perfect, uncirculated condition, or if it has a rare minting error, it could be worth a lot more. The most valuable 2004 Texas quarters, especially those with minting errors, have been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $140,000. Yes, you heard that right, $140,000. It's hard to believe that a coin that was originally worth just 25 cents could end up being worth such an incredible sum, but that's the magic of coin collecting. The rarity, condition, and any unique features that set a coin apart can all contribute to its value. Whether you've got one of these quarters stored away in a drawer, or you've come across one in your pocket change, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it might be a hidden gem. If you're lucky enough to have an uncirculated 2004 Texas State Quarter, or one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a fortune. Imagine finding one of these rare coins and realizing you've just discovered a treasure worth thousands of dollars. It's these kinds of finds that make coin collecting so exciting and rewarding. So, if you've got a collection of state quarters or happen to have the 2004 Texas state quarter lying around, now is the perfect time to inspect it. Look for signs of wear, or better yet, check for any potential minting errors. Who knows? You might just be holding a rare and valuable coin in your hands. Third expensive coin, we're exploring the U.S. state's $quarter coin from Nebraska, minted in 2006. This coin isn't just a piece of history, but also a potential treasure waiting to be uncovered. Stick around, because we're going to dive into what makes this coin so unique and why it could be worth a whole lot more than you might expect. Before we talk about its value, let's take a step back and explore the significance of the Nebraska quarter itself. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began releasing a series of commemorative quarters as part of the 50 State Quarters program, and the Nebraska quarter was the 37th in the series. The goal was to celebrate each state's unique history, culture, and natural beauty with a special design that would be featured on the quarter's reverse side. Nebraska, which became the 37th state to join the Union in 1867, was honored with a beautiful quarter that captured the essence of its history and the land it represents. The design of the Nebraska quarter is both simple and striking. On the reverse side, we see an image of Chimney Rock, one of the most iconic natural landmarks in Nebraska. This majestic rock formation, towering over the landscape, has been a symbol of Nebraska since the days of westward expansion. Chimney Rock served as a beacon to pioneers traveling along the Oregon, California, and Mormon trails in the 1800s. It marked an important milestone for those making their way to the Western Territories, and its image on the Nebraska quarter serves as a tribute to that rich historical significance. The quarter's design also includes a depiction of a bison, the iconic American animal that once roamed the Great Plains in massive herds. The bison is not only a symbol of the untamed frontier but also represents the cultural heritage of Nebraska and the American West. The words, Nebraska, and 1867, marking the year the state was admitted to the Union, are also inscribed on the coin, rounding out the design and honoring the state's history. Now, you might be wondering, why does this quarter have the potential to be worth so much money? While most of these quarters were produced in large numbers and circulated widely, what sets certain coins apart is their condition and rarity. As is often the case with coin collecting, coins that are in pristine condition are worth significantly more than those that have been worn down by years of circulation. A coin in perfect, uncirculated condition, free from scratches, dings, or discoloration, can be a real find for collectors, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Minting errors and special varieties can drastically increase the value of a coin. Sometimes, during the minting process, things go wrong. There could be double strikes, misaligned dies, or other errors that create a coin that's different from the intended design. These error coins are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors, which means they can fetch much higher prices on the market. In the case of the 2006 Nebraska quarter, if you happen to have one that's in uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be holding a small fortune. While most of these quarters might still be found in your pocket change for just 25 cents, coins in excellent condition or those with minting anomalies have been known to sell for incredible amounts. So, how much could your Nebraska state quarter be worth? For most people, the value of the 2006 Nebraska quarter is still just 25 cents. But if you've got an uncirculated coin or one that has a rare minting error, you could be looking at a value of up to $139,000. Yes, you heard that right, $139,000 for a single 2006 Nebraska state quarter. It's incredible to think that a coin that was initially worth just a quarter could end up being worth so much. The truth is, this kind of value doesn't come by chance. As with any valuable coin, it's about rarity, condition, and sometimes just plain luck. Finding a pristine example of this quarter or one with a minting error could be your ticket to a significant payday. If you have a collection of state quarters or happen to stumble upon a Nebraska quarter in your change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Coins like these show just how much the world of coin collecting has to offer. There's something exciting about finding a rare or valuable coin hidden in the midst of everyday currency. Whether it's a coin from the 50 State Quarters program or another rare find, each one has its own story and its own potential value. So, the next time you're going through your collection or happen to come across a 2006 Nebraska state quarter, make sure to inspect it carefully. Look for signs of wear and tear, and keep an eye out for any minting errors that might make it even more special. You never know, you might just be holding onto a rare coin worth a small fortune. Now, we're going to take a deep dive into the 2022 US States $quarter coin and uncover why this seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth far more than you think. Stick with us as we explore what makes this coin so unique and how much it could actually be worth today. The US Mint State Quarters program was incredibly successful, and its legacy has continued with newer releases, including the America the Beautiful series and the ongoing releases of new state-themed quarters. These coins, while technically still in circulation, have evolved to reflect America's history, culture, and natural wonders. In 2022, the Mint issued another set of quarters, and it's this set that's caught the attention of collectors across the nation. But what makes the 2022 US quarter such a special release? Let's take a closer look. First, let's talk about the design of the 2022 US state quarter. While each state has received its own commemorative quarter over the years, the 2022 quarter stands out for its celebration of significant landmarks, history, and achievements tied to American culture. In 2022, we saw several state quarters being minted, each featuring distinct representations of their state's character and beauty. These include design features meant to honor state heritage and its unique contributions to the nation. A defining aspect of the 2022 series was the Mint's focus on recognizing achievements, landmarks, and wildlife, capturing the essence of what makes each state special. The designs reflect much more than just state borders, they capture the spirit of American history. It's this connection to the country's rich history and symbolism that makes the 2022 US state quarter especially attractive to collectors. The designs of these quarters are often packed with history. The coin's reverse usually highlights iconic landmarks, historical events, or famous figures from the state. Many of these features are intricately engraved to reflect the state's pride and heritage. For example, some quarters feature depictions of unique wildlife, famous buildings, or natural wonders that have shaped the state's identity. These designs are not just random. They are carefully thought out to celebrate the individuality and the profound impact each state has had in shaping the nation. Now, let's get into why the 2022 US state quarters are drawing so much attention from coin collectors. Despite being relatively new, these coins could have a great deal of value, especially if you have one that is in pristine, uncirculated condition or has any type of rare minting error. The truth is, collectors are always on the lookout for limited-run coins with unique features, or those in impeccable condition. Even in this modern era, coins can still be worth a lot of money, especially when they have the right characteristics. Much like the earlier state quarters, the 2022 quarters were minted in large quantities, but only a small percentage of them will remain in perfect condition as time goes on. When coins are used in everyday transactions, they get worn down, scratched, and lose their original luster. However, a coin that has been carefully stored or kept in mint condition can appreciate significantly over time. Coins from certain years, especially ones that are tied to important events or landmarks, become highly desirable to collectors because they represent a snapshot of history that can't be found anywhere else. Here's where it gets exciting. If you have one of these 2022 state quarters in uncirculated condition, or if you're lucky enough to have a quarter with an error in the minting process, the potential value skyrockets. Error coins are often worth far more than their face value because they are unique and cannot be replicated. These minting anomalies could include anything from double strikes, misaligned engravings, or unusual patterns on the coin, and collectors pay a premium for these rare mistakes. The key to making money with the 2022 US state quarters lies in identifying the right ones. Condition is critical, but errors and unique varieties are where the true value lies. And what's the value of the 2022 US state quarters for collectors today? While most of these quarters are still only worth 25 cents, the coins in excellent condition, particularly those with a unique minting error or historical significance, can be valued at significantly higher prices. If you have one of these rare 2022 quarters, you could be looking at a value as high as $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, $65000 for a single quarter. It's amazing to think that a coin that initially entered circulation at just 25 cents could end up being worth such a large sum. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. The rarity, history, and sometimes even just a little bit of luck can turn a simple coin into a treasure worth thousands. So, what should you do if you have a 2022 U.S. state quarter in your possession? First, take a close look at its condition. If it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than you might expect. Secondly, check for any signs of minting errors. These rare mistakes are highly sought after, and having one in your collection could make you the owner of a valuable coin. And if you don't already have a collection of these quarters, now's the perfect time to start hunting. You never know what treasures you might uncover. Last unique coin, we're diving into the fascinating world of the U.S. state quarters, and specifically, the Kentucky state quarter minted in 2001. While this coin might seem like just another modern release, there's more to it than meets the eye. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll see why this quarter could be worth much more than its face value. The U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, was a groundbreaking effort to celebrate the history, culture, and natural beauty of each state. Each quarter features a unique design that symbolizes something significant about that state, and Kentucky's quarter is no exception. Kentucky, known as the Bluegrass State, became the 15th state to join the Union in 1792, and its quarter, released in 2001, commemorates that rich history. The reverse design of the Kentucky quarter features two key elements, a thoroughbred horse and a cabin. These elements symbolize the state's deep ties to horse racing and its rural heritage. Kentucky is world famous for its thoroughbred horses, and the Kentucky Derby, often referred to as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, is a major part of the state's identity. The design of the quarter beautifully captures this iconic image with a racehorse galloping forward, embodying the spirit of speed, power, and grace that Kentucky is known for. The cabin represents the state's early settlers and its history as a frontier state, reminding us of Kentucky's roots and its journey into becoming part of the United States. But while this quarter is a beautiful tribute to Kentucky's history, the real story here is about its potential value in the world of coin collecting. Many collectors seek out state quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition because they are considered more valuable than coins that have been circulated and used over time. The more wear and tear a coin has, the lower its value. On the other hand, a coin that has been well preserved and stored in excellent condition can be worth much more than its face value of 25 cents. This is where the Kentucky state quarter stands out. While most people would pass by a 2001 Kentucky quarter without giving it a second thought, there are collectors who are specifically looking for these coins in perfect, uncirculated condition. A coin that's free from scratches, discoloration, or any signs of wear can fetch a higher price on the market, and that's where the potential for this particular coin comes in. However, what truly makes this quarter stand out to collectors are the rare varieties and minting errors that might occur. Minting errors are the result of something going wrong during the production process, whether it's a misaligned die, a double strike, or other unusual features. These error coins are often worth a lot more than standard coins because they are one of a kind. If you happen to come across a Kentucky quarter with a unique error, you could be holding a rare and valuable piece that could increase in worth over time. Some of these errors might include things like a double die, where the design on the coin appears twice, or perhaps a misaligned die where the image is off-center. These kinds of mistakes are rare and, when discovered, can cause a coin's value to skyrocket. A coin that was minted incorrectly can turn out to be far more valuable than the standard issue, and Kentucky's state quarter is no exception. Minting errors, although uncommon, are highly prized in the coin collecting community. Beyond just the physical condition and potential errors, there's also a historical element that gives the Kentucky quarter additional appeal. Since it commemorates Kentucky's entry into the Union in 1792, it holds historical significance. Collectors love coins that tell a story, and the Kentucky quarter does just that. It represents an important moment in American history, marking Kentucky's place in the growth and development of the United States. So, how much could this 2001 Kentucky state quarter actually be worth? Well, for the average person, this quarter is still just worth 25 cents. But for collectors who are able to find an uncirculated coin, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, its value can rise dramatically. In fact, the right condition or the right error could lead to a price tag that's much higher than you'd expect, and the value of a pristine, error-free 2001 Kentucky State quarter could be as high as $180,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $180,000 for a single coin. It's incredible to think that something as small as a quarter could be worth so much, but that's the magic of coin collecting. It's all about rarity, condition, and sometimes, a bit of luck. If you happen to have a Kentucky State quarter that has remained in perfect condition, or if it has an error that makes it stand out from the rest, you could be looking at a huge windfall. Coin collecting is all about paying attention to the details. Whether you're going through your spare change or rummaging through your coin jar, it's always a good idea to check for those special coins that might have slipped under the radar. And if you've got a Kentucky quarter from 2001, it's definitely worth taking a second look. A coin like this could turn out to be more than just a small piece of American history. It could be a rare treasure worth a fortune. If you found this video helpful and informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting discoveries like this one. Thanks for tuning in, and happy hunting on your coin collecting journey.